Yo guys, what is up? Almighty Dezus back again with another crazy story. And this crazy story is gonna be about this one time my dad made me like smoke weed in front of him, and he kind of like smoked it with me. I don't know, man. Let's get right into it. But at this time, I was like 16 years old, maybe 17, probably closer to 17. It might have been my senior or junior year. But I was a huge pothead all the way through high school. Always smoking, smoked every day, smoked weed every day. You know what they say. Just the biggest pothead ever. And one thing is, my parents would always catch either me with some like rolling papers, with fucking Rello, with they found some weed. They knew I had a pipe, but I'm gonna get into that later. But anyways, so one day they find my weed. I come home. I didn't think no, I wasn't at school. It was like nighttime. I get home after like a long day of smoking and shit. And I get home and I go to my room. And I recognize my room is cleaned, and I'm like, wait, I did not clean my room. So my mom happened to clean my room, and so my dad like calls me out into the living room. So I go out there and he's like, "What is this?" And he pulls out like a fucking .5, man, like a blunt's worth weed, not rolled up or anything. He's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I don't know. What is it, Dad?" He's like, "No, this is weed. I found it in your room." And honestly, I do not remember having that weed in my room. I think like honestly, they might have fucking bought that shit themselves just to see if I would like claim it. I didn't know what the fuck it was, cause back then I didn't have no job. And like I really could not get weed like that. But you know, when you're high, you might forget some shit. So it probably was mine. I don't think my parents really bought weed because they can't. My dad like can't really speak English, but my mom speaks English real good. Because like I said in another video, I'm from Europe. I'm Bosnian. But anyways, so they get the weed. I don't know how, but they found it in my room and shit. And they're like, "All right, you're gonna show me how the fuck you smoke this shit. I want to smoke it with you." And I'm like, "Dad, I don't smoke." But you know, I try to deny it and shit. But I just couldn't. So I was like, "Okay, Dad, I'll show you how I roll it up." So I just have had some Rellos in my pocket. So I pull out some Rellos, and okay, my parents would always find Rellos, but they didn't care if I smoked tobacco. Like, where I'm from, Bosnia, like I think you can smoke tobacco at like 13 years old. Like, it's not a big thing at all. My dad doesn't even think it gives you cancer. Like, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, so I pull out the Rellos. He's like, no, you're not gonna smoke a cigarette in front of me. You're gonna smoke this weed. I'm like, "Dad, I roll it up in this," and then it like clicks in his head. He's like, "Wait, my son don't smoke big ass fucking cigars like he lives in the 1920s, like some fucking cowboy. He rolls up weed in them." Well, he didn't get that yet, but then I start splitting the Rello down the middle and like dump out the Rello guts. And then another thing he recognizes, I had this pipe, and I got it for like a fucking Christmas present from one of my friends. We did like a fucking stoner secret Santa with like 7 of us. It was actually really cool. But anyway, so I had a pipe. And my parents found it like, you know, it's hard as fuck to hide a pipe, especially because my parents were always kind of like always down my back and shit, and I really couldn't lock my door. I know it sounds fucking crazy, but my parents would not let me like lock my door, or like they would always come in and clean it because I never did. But yeah, so they found a pipe, but I always used to like get Rello guts, like, and just in case y'all ain't big potheads, like you get a cigarello, you split down the middle, and you dump out the tobacco in it, and fill the Rello up with weed. But with that tobacco, everybody just throws it away. But what I did is I always saved it and kept it in my room right next to my pipe. And sometimes even like load up the pipe with some tobacco, smoke it halfway, just so they think that I'm smoking tobacco out of this pipe. Like I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why they believed it, but I guess like where they're from, like in Bosnia, I don't know if weed's not a thing there, or maybe they're just really good kids growing up and they just weren't introduced to it. Honestly, I got no clue. But anyway, so my dad figures out that I don't smoke them big ass cigars, the cigarellos, and that I don't smoke fucking tobacco out of my pipe. He's like, "You smoke weed out of that, don't you?" Yeah, Dad, kind of. But anyway, so I roll up that blunt. And I'm like, "All right, Dad, you ready to smoke it?" He's like, "Yeah, let's smoke this shit." And it was just so fucking weird. Like, my dad's like an old-timey European guy. I don't know. Anyways, I light up the blunt. I take a couple of hits, and he's like watching me smoke it. And my dad smokes like a fucking pack a day of cigarettes, so he knows how to smoke. But I give him a blunt, and he barely, like, you ever see like them fucking people on Snapchat and shit, like fake smoking? Like, they don't even like inhale it. They kind of like just put it in their mouth, and it comes out their mouth. Like, he was doing that type of shit. I was like, "What the fuck, Dad?" And I was like, "Dad, if you're gonna smoke it, fucking inhale it." And he, like, before he even got a chance to inhale it, he fucking throws it on the ground, and he's like, "This is fucking trash. This is not no good. It tastes like shit." And I'm like, "Dad," and I like pick up the fucking blunt off the ground. I'm like, "Dad, this isn't supposed to really taste good. It's like, it's to get you high. It's to make you feel good." And he's like, "Man, that is trash. You know what are good? These are good." And he like picks up his pack of cigarettes. He's like, these are what you need to smoke." And back then I smoked cigarettes too, which I quit since then. You know, tobacco's horrible for you. So if you're smoking, you really need to quit. But anyways, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm just here to tell a crazy fucking story. But yeah, so I get out. He's like, man, you need to smoke these cigarettes, not those. I was like, but Dad, those don't make you feel good. He's like, yeah, just drink some alcohol with it. He's like, I don't care if you drink alcohol. And I'm literally fucking 16. He's telling me to drink alcohol and smoke weed. Which I get, like, if you never heard of weed, like, my mom used to think weed makes your skin fall off. And I remember I would always tell my mom, like, look, Mom, I'm not smoking weed. I got all my skin, you know? But anyway, so he throws it on the ground. He says it's trash. I'm like, no, it's not. It's fucking good. And so at that point, I'm thinking, like, okay, well, he didn't like it. The smoke session's over. I guess I'm not really getting high with my dad. So I go to put it out on the ashtray, and he's like, hey, wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, wait, what do you mean? What am I doing? I'm putting it out. Like, you don't want to smoke this? He's like, no, you're going to smoke it in front of me. And I was like, what? My dad literally forced me to smoke weed in front of him. He's like, you're going to smoke that shit in front of me, and I want to see what it does to you. And then that's why I kind of pulled the joke. My mom was there too. Like, my mom was there the whole time. My mom was telling my dad not to smoke this shit just in case he got drug tested at work or something. But then I told my mom, I was like, Mom, if I smoke this whole thing, it's going to make my skin start falling off. And my mom literally starts like freaking out saying, oh, I don't want his skin to start falling off. Please don't let him smoke it all. And he's like, no, I want to see him smoke it. And then I kind of told my mom, like, Mom, just kidding, it doesn't make your skin fall off. But it was like so fucking weird. Like that's like as if your parents caught you like masturbating or something, and your dad like walks in there. He's like, no, you're not gonna quit masturbating. You're gonna masturbate in front of me. I want to see why you like this so much. Or like literally starts masturbating with you. Like that's how fucking weird it was. I really didn't get their fucking parenting at all. I was like, dude, this is fucking awkward. This is weird. Like, oh man, I hope that was a good analogy because it was really like that. It was like I feel like I was masturbating in front of my dad smoking weed. But anyway, so I'm there smoking this blunt, and I'm like, I really don't want to smoke it, but I'm like, at some point, I'm like, fuck it, dude. If either I'm gonna have to throw it away or I'm gonna smoke it right now. And I already smoked that day, but still, I just wanted to get high. But at this time, man, I would really never smoke a whole blunt to myself. Like, it would always be me and like 3 or 4 of my buddies, and we would always like, we were kind of broke high school kids with no job, you know. We'd go tell our friends we want to go eat some CC's, or we have a basketball tournament that we need to pay $5 for. Like, you know, we never really smoked like big amounts of weed to ourselves. So I fucking start smoking that shit all by myself, dude, and I'm fucking high as hell while I'm getting fucking lectured, and he's like, oh, you really need to fucking change your life, and it was just tripping me the fuck out. I was like, is he really lecturing me about not smoking weed while I'm smoking weed, like while he's making me smoke weed? But man, I'm not gonna lie though, like for the next like I didn't really smoke for like 2 or 3 weeks after that. Like he just kind of fucking ruined smoking weed for me because I tried to smoke it with my friends, and all I could really think about was like my dad. Like it was so fucking weird. But I guess it kind of worked. So I guess life lesson that I learned there is like if my kid ever starts like smoking weed or doing some shit I don't like, I'm gonna make him do it in front of me. I'll make my son masturbate in front of me and tell me that he really likes it and shit. I don't know, guys. I really hope y'all enjoy that story. I think this is one of my better stories, man. And if y'all are new, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me. I'm like at 220. Just help me out, guys, and leave a like. Please leave a like. That means the world to me. It really does. And yeah, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, you want to add me on PSN, just add me, man. I'll follow you back. I'll tweet you out. I don't know. We'll play some fucking Call of Duty together, guys. But yeah, man, this has been Almighty Dezus. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'm out of here.